I have these two photos of my little cousin, Heather, who I've talked about before. She used to live with us for a while when she was a little girl. And these were from Christmas, and she has the cutest little smile. And I just thought they were so adorable. So I'm going to scrapbook them using the November Hip Kit Club kit. This is my last Hip Kit Club, or I'm sorry, Hip Kit, that's it. It's hard to figure out how to say that. Anyway, I've subscribed to the Noel Mignon kit for the next 6 months, so I'm going to give that one a try. But I have this one left, and I wanted to go ahead and use it up because I really like it. So I'm going to use this collection to scrapbook those photos. And I'm just going to put you on fast forward and let you watch. So thanks for watching, guys. So I'm just going to put things away and then start going through my paper so I can decide what I want to use as my background. And I'm following a sketch today off of Pinterest. And I don't usually follow sketches. I find it quite difficult, but I wanted something different today, so I just thought I found one that I thought was interesting and thought I would follow it. So I'm choosing my papers. And I can't remember which one I went with. Oh yeah, I went with that gray with the polka dots and the hearts, which I think is really cute. I thought about that red and cream paper right there, but it didn't really go. Oh no, I didn't go with that gray paper. I went with the music note paper. There we go. Okay, that's what I went with. I do think that gray paper is cute though. And perhaps some of it will end up on this layout. I can't remember. So I'm cutting out a couple of strips and I'm going to make it into a banner. And I just do that by folding it in half and then cutting it towards the center. And then I'm going to make a bigger banner out of that Christmas tree paper, but it's going to be shorter. So I'm going to cut that down and then I'm going to fold it in half and then cut it towards the middle. And then I have another banner. I find that easier with bigger pieces of paper than making a V and then cutting each corner to the center. I just think it's easier. It's easier to center it anyway with larger pieces of paper. So I've cut down my little banners and I know where my photos are going to go, but I need a photo mat for the top photo, and I'm going to use this snowflake paper, even though we lived in Orlando, Florida at the time and there was no snow. It's a Christmas layout and I can do whatever I want, right? So I have this ribbon and I've been dying to use some of my ribbon because I don't know, it seems like Christmas is the only time that I ever use ribbon, like on my cards and stuff. And so I use that ribbon, and it's pleated with a string, with a strip of velvet down the middle. And I don't know how well you can see it in the video, but it's really pretty. And it's a little bit bold for this layout, but you know, I wanted something different. So then I took another piece that was left over and I just cut it into a little banner. And I'm going to use that up at the top left. And the sketch pretty much gave me just those 3 spots, and then the rest I'm just going to fill in myself. So I've got these dies from, oh, who are they from? Oh, I'm going to forget. It's not Little B, it's, I forget. But they are the coolest dies. They come like in sets of 2, like each star has 2 dies, and one cuts and then the other one embosses a stitched effect. And I'm going to show that to you up close right here. See the stitched? Well, you could barely see it because it went by fast. But anyway, it's really cool. I think I'm going to show you another one in a few minutes. So I'm going to cut out a few of these stars just to use on my paper. And I'm going to try to remember who that die is by so I can tell y'all, because it's really cool. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna stop narrating for a minute and go find out, because that's gonna drive me crazy. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So it is Little B. So Little B makes that star die, in case you're interested, and it comes in 10 different pieces. So there's 5 different sizes. So I took that banner that I made out of ribbon, and I'm gonna just make that into a square and put it at the top of that other banner that I made. And I did that one opposite of the other the two banners at the bottom are facing, the V is facing inward, and then the one at the top I decided to do facing outward, just to make it different. So I'm going to start adhering all the little pieces down so that my page kind of has a shape to it. And I decided that I needed a little photo mat for that photo, so I'm going to mat it on that snowflake paper. This little girl, Heather, I know you guys have heard me talk about her before, but for those of you who haven't, she's my little cousin, and I raised her from the time she was 8 months old until she was 5. And I never got to see her after that. And I just recently got in touch with her a couple years ago on Facebook, and it just so happens that she's moving here to Yakima in the near future, like in the next couple of months, because her husband's a Marine. So she's going to be close enough for me to visit. So I am so super stoked about that. I could not be more excited. I've been waiting her whole life to see her again, and now I'm going to finally get the chance. So I decided to mat the top photo in that dark green chevron paper, just so that it stood out against that snowflake paper. I thought the snowflake paper was going to be the mat for that, but it's not. It's just like a background piece. And the way that it's sitting is the way that the sketch is written, so, or drawn. So I'm just following the sketch. So I'm going to use a little hot glue to glue down the ribbon. Hot glue is becoming one of my favorite adhesives lately. I like to use it on wood veneer and ribbon and chipboard, stuff like that. So now my paper has the base of the design finished, and it's time to start embellishing. So I've got all these little cut aparts that came, and by the way, I'm using the Hip Kit Club for November for this layout. So I just pulled some red paper out of my scraps, and I thought I was going to use this 3x4 Project Life card, but I end up not using it. It's not Project Life, it's LE Studio, I believe, but I thought that I was going to use it because it said something really neat on it, but I couldn't make it work with the design, so I end up not using it. But there are some really fun cut aparts in there from LE Studio, so I'll use some of those. So now I'm going to work on my title, and these really cool striped candy cane looking thickers came in the kit. And I'm going to spell out My Christmas Angel, and I'm going to use little letters for My and Angel, and I'm going to spell out Christmas or Xmas in the candy cane stickers. And the reason I put Xmas instead of Christmas is because I didn't have enough letters to spell out the word Christmas. I don't really like using Xmas instead of Christmas. Just a personal thing of mine, but I didn't have enough letters, and I wanted to use those candy cane ones, so that's how it ended up being. So now I'm putting down the little letters for My and Angel. And she was an angel. That little girl was just precious, and she still is. She's still precious. But now she's a mommy of 2. So I'm going through some of the cut aparts, and I'm choosing a few here and there, just to kind of scatter around the page to fill in the blank spots. And this was an odd page to embellish because everything's in such a weird place that it's not like your normal pick 3 places and embellish it. You know what I mean? So I just kind of scattered the embellishments around the page to fill it in and didn't do any clusters. For some reason, I hate that word cluster. I gotta look up a thesaurus. And find another word for that, because I hate that word, and I don't know why. I think it reminds me of cluster headaches or something. I don't know. But anyhow, so now I'm putting my stars down, and I found this little card that said ho ho ho, and it had a candy cane stripe looking heart, and I'm going to put that down in the bottom right. So I'm just going to take a minute here and glue everything down. And you'll notice at the end of the video, the layout looks a little different than in the photos. The photos at the end show a couple little Christmas trees. I ended up cutting a couple of Christmas trees out with my Cameo, and I added those to the layout after I finished the video, so you'll see those in the photos at the end of this video. So I'm doing a little bit of journaling here, and somebody asked me recently if I journaled on my pages because you don't usually see it in my videos, and if I do journal, you'll see it. I'll do it on video. Otherwise, I don't usually do it. I just feel like the picture tells the story most of the time, and if it doesn't, then I will add something. So here's the layout. It's all finished except for the Christmas trees that I'm going to add, and I'm going to show it to you up close, and then I will show you some photos. And I just want to thank you guys for watching and commenting. I know I haven't been able to answer the comments on the last couple of videos because things have been so crazy around here, but I really do read and appreciate every single comment. So thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.